Today, we are free. The crowd erupted in cheers, but Hornet's work was far from done. Chapter 6, The New Dawn. In the aftermath, Hornet stood atop the ruins of Varkas's throne, the Book of Promises clutched in his hand. The people of Dark Claw gathered around him, their faces etched with grief and hope. He raised the book high, its pages fluttering in the wind like the wings of a freed bird. "This is the truth," he declared, his voice ringing across the city. "Varkas sold us to the Syndicate. He traded our blood for his power, but no more. Today, we choose our own path. Today, we are free." The crowd erupted in cheers, but Hornet's work was far from done. He abolished the mandatory training of children, replacing it with schools where they could learn not just to fight, but to think. He formed a council of warriors, craftsmen, and former slaves to govern the city, ensuring that no single voice could dominate again. Ina, now his second-in-command, took charge of fortifying the city's defenses. She trained the Shadows of the Rock in guerrilla tactics, preparing them for the Syndicate's inevitable retaliation. Meanwhile, Hornet sent messengers to Thomas and Matteo, leaders of other rebel factions, proposing an alliance against their common enemy. But the Syndicate was not idle. Whispers reached Dark Claw of a new threat, the Nightshade Veils, assassins who moved like shadows and killed without sound. Hornet knew the fight was far from over. Months later, Hornet stood at the edge of the Skyfang Peaks, watching the sun rise over the horizon. The scars of battle still marked the city below, but life had returned to its streets. Children laughed in the squares, their laughter a melody of hope. Ira stood beside him, her fiery hair catching the light of the dawn. "You've given them a future," she said softly. "We've given each other a future," Hornet corrected, his hand resting on the hilt of his stings. "The Syndicate won't forget. They'll come again." "Let them," Ira replied, her voice fierce. "We'll be ready." In the distance, a lone figure approached, a messenger from Thomas, bearing news of a growing rebellion in the west. Hornet smiled, a flicker of hope igniting in his chest. The fight was far from over, but for the first time, he believed they could win. The sun climbed higher, painting the sky in shades of gold and crimson. Hornet turned to face the city he had freed. "We are not stones," he murmured, repeating the words that had become their rallying cry. "We are the hammers." Somewhere, deep in the heart of Dark Claw, the stings hummed in agreement.